We are reporting from the armistice line of agreement and the intense small arms firing that is taking place as the day has begun. There was a briefing for the Israel media by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in which he has made it amply clear that there is going to be no permanent ceasefire, but yes, there is a possibility of temporary ceasefire in exchange of the hostages. As we speak, there are loud bangs that are taking place inside the Gaza city, very close to the Jabalia refugee camp and also Al Fakura, the UN school where the operations were carried out.
Burning Question, powered by Sarah.
Good evening and welcome, friends. The Congress party has taken its caste politics to a new level. High or low, you would decide after we debate. But then they have targeted Prime Minister Narendra Modi's caste. Earlier, we had Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge even bringing in Prime Minister's dead father. What direction really Congress party intends to take Indian politics? Is abuse really becoming a norm? Is somebody else saying something a justification for bringing in abuse? That's what we are going to discuss because the BJP has gone to the Election Commission against Mallikarjun Kharge's comment on Prime Minister's caste, as also Rahul Gandhi's Panoti comment. Let's begin with the headlines first.
बड़े आके ठहरे 5 मिनट अभी बोलूंगा 5 मिनट। कोई माय का लाल पैदा नहीं हुआ मुझे रोकने के लिए। इशारा कर दिया तो दौड़ना पड़ेगा। दौड़ाएं।
Asked to follow law, Akbaruddin Owaisi's brother openly threatens police officer during election rally.
उन्होंने बोला कोई माइका लाल पैदा नहीं हुआ मुझे रोकने के लिए। कानून से ऊपर कोई व्यक्ति है नहीं। अगर वर्दी अपना काम करने लगी तो इनकी सारी हेकड़ी निकल जाएगी।
Owaisi comes to brother's defense. BJP hits out in a scathing attack, says no one is above law. BJP writes to Election Commission, fact checks Kharge over Prime Minister added caste to backward class remark. 11 days on, Uttarkashi rescue operations continue on war footing. Sources say breakthrough soon. Mega face-off as Congress-linked National Herald is back in focus. BJP says time for Sonia Gandhi and son to face action. Israeli cabinet approves ceasefire deal with Hamas. 50 of the 240 hostages set to be released soon. A cash-strapped Pakistan feels the pinch. More trade with Afghanistan completely halted amid refugee crisis. All right, welcome friends. Months ahead of the kicking off general election cycle, there is a war of words panning out between the BJP and the Congress. BJP has now submitted a letter against the Congress to the Election Commission. This comes after Congress President Kharge alleged that Prime Minister's caste was not included in backward class first, but he did so after coming to power in Gujarat and did so stealthily. Fact-checking Kharge, the BJP has now said that Prime Minister's caste was included in backward class even before coming to power, further calling this an attempt at spreading fake propaganda. In the complaint to the EC, the BJP has also hit out at Rahul Gandhi over his Panoti insult. While the BJP takes a stern action against Congress, the question remains, has abuse politics become a new normal for the Congress, even for others? Have a look at this report and then I come back to discuss.
Ahead of the final battle for 2024 and amidst the state polls, the abuse politics is taking center stage and Congress is at the forefront.
घासी तेली जो होते हैं वो बैकवर्ड में नहीं थे पहले। वो जब चीफ मिनिस्टर बने आहिस्ता से वो उसमें डाल दिए बैकवर्ड लिस्ट में। अब क्यों डाले वही फिर? आप बैकवर्ड के बारे में कुछ नहीं समझते ना, तो आप करें क्या? अपने ही कम्युनिटी को बनाकर उसको बैकवर्ड में गपचुप डाल दिए।
कभी क्रिकेट मैच में चला जाएगा, वो अलग बात है कि हरवा दिया। पनौती, पीएम मतलब पनौती मोदी।
जेब कतरा कभी अकेला नहीं आता, 3 लोग होते हैं, 3 आते हैं। अगर जेब कतरा अकेला आएगा, सामने से आएगा, कैसे काटेगा जेब? सामने से आएगा, कैसे काटेगा? 3 आते हैं, एक सामने से आता है, एक पीछे से आता है और एक दूर से दिखता है।
Seeking action, the BJP has lodged a complaint with the Election Commission, fact-checking Congress over Prime Minister's caste comment and condemning Rahul Gandhi for his Panauti insult. Will the abuse politics backfire on Congress? That's the burning question tonight. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
हरवा दिया।
Welcome back, and joining me to represent the BJP, Shaina NC, she's national spokesperson. She's joining us live from Mumbai. We also have Deshrata Nigam, political analyst, leans towards the right, and the BJP is joining us live from Delhi, also a lawyer. We have to represent the Congress view, Nikhil Jain, political analyst. He leans towards the Congress party. He's joining us live from Delhi. And Pankaj Sharma, senior journalist, leans towards the Congress live from Delhi, earlier an advisor to the Madhya Pradesh government and the Chief Minister. I want to begin with you, Mr. Sharma. What does Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge really mean when he says Prime Minister stealthily got his caste included in OBC? Does he want the Teli community to be out of OBC, not included in OBC? What does he really mean by saying that? Samajh mein nahi aaya.
See, I don't want to comment on all this, but I can only tell you that we are passing through a very regrettable phase of our political canvas for last 1 decade. All the boundaries of disgrace are broken by the ruling dispensation first, rather than regulating an atmosphere of healthy discussion and meaningful dialogue. I'm sorry to say that the topmost layer of BJP encouraging those elements that are openly spreading venom in our public discourse. So this, tu dal my path championship will lead us, all of us, to an unending dark tunnel. No, it's not nonsense. This whole issue needs to be Shaina ji.
Shaina, I'll come to you. Shaina, I'll come to you.
Whole issue.
This is the Prime Minister of the country.
Let's not
the Prime Minister of the BJP
points.
or a political.
Shaina, I'll come to you.
Let's not score points.
Shaina, I'll come to you. Shaina, I'll come to you. Let's listen to him. We are setting the debate, then we'll open it. Pankaj Sharma ji, bataiye. You see, targeting the Prime Minister's caste, that's like hitting a low. Nobody spoke about Manmohan Singh's caste ever. Nobody spoke about Indira Gandhi's caste ever. Nobody spoke about PV Narasimha Rao's caste ever. So obviously, somebody is responsible. When you say, tu dal hum path. So obviously you are trying to match, right?
Telling you,
so you can't accuse the BJP at the same time seen to be doing the same thing.
What I have told you is this tu dal my path championship will lead all of us to an unending dark tunnel. So the whole issue
so
needs
you're
to be
admitting the Congress party has also done that.
Seriousness. Sensible leaders of all the political outfits and well-meaning captains of the civil society must come forward to draw up a code of political conduct and let us implement that. This is the need of the hour. Why? I mean,
Shaina,
just trying to score points over one another is not going to solve any problem.
Okay, Shaina, would you respond to that?
Now?
He's sounding a little defensive today, Mr. Pankaj Sharma. He's actually saying, let's have a code of conduct. Can we have that?
Firstly, this is the Prime Minister of India, not the Prime Minister of the Bharatiya Janata Party. You have
But he
the
behaves like
audacity
that.
of an imbecile called Rahul Gandhi using words like Panoti Modi.
No, Shaina, keep the debate.
Look at this. Look at
Shaina, we are focusing on politics without abuse.
What does panauti mean? It means a bad omen. If you win 10 matches, there is no bad omen.
And that
in a
was the
field
Twitter
of
trend on the
sport
day
where
of
there
the
is
final
victory
match.
and defeat, both have to be taken in the same spirit. You call the, you have the audacity to call the Prime Minister panauti? I mean, this is worse than saying Maut ka Saudagar, which Sonia Gandhi did and repented for. This is going to be the worst repentance for the Congress party and for Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Having said that, this is not a one-upmanship of who said
Nikhil.
worse. You made a comment on caste. You have made a comment on him and said, vote chala jayega. Is this the kind of language you show to the decorum? Where is the decorum being maintained for the office of the Prime Minister? And if you cannot accept victory and defeat, which is obviously the sense and case here, just to merely play theatrics and stoop to the lowest of low with this kind of commentary warrants not just action by the Election Commission. I think that action
let's keep rotating
by the voters, and on the 3rd of December will only be a small trailer of what is to follow in 2024.
Okay, lowering of the public conduct of our leaders, and in this case, it seems that the Congress party has sort of been more in default than others. Nikhil Jain, my question is, it's a little difficult to understand why the Congress party does not get it. Narendra Modi got those massive mandates in Gujarat, and then in Delhi, you know, not because of his caste, I think because of merit. Because he became a mass leader, he gained popularity. His first election in 2002 and then subsequent elections. If his community is not the backward caste, it's all the more reason that the Congress party should be thinking in terms of merits and meritocracy. Unfortunately, the Congress party is not.
See, Abhishek, no matter how many number of elections the Prime Minister or Narendra Modi or the BJP win, it is about the decorum in politics. The BJP wants to reserve all the dignity in politics for the office of the Prime Minister, completely forgetting about members of Parliament, completely forgetting about chief ministers. When the BJP spokesperson on a national debate is calling a sitting member of Parliament an imbecile, then where is the dignity for the office of the member of Parliament? When the Prime Minister of India calls the sitting chief minister like a roadside, where is the dignity? When he talks about a sitting member of Parliament, that to a very senior one, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, what does he say? 50 crore ki girlfriend. Is that not tossing away dignity in politics? We are talking about how the Congress has given the dignity to toss in elections, but this is not something that is recent. The Congress is merely playing in the same tone and on the same field as the BJP is playing. Of course, not as vulgar, not as sexist, not as horrible. But yes, the Congress has also become more aggressive in its language, and that is something that the BJP has forced it to become. We're talking about the statement from the past few days. Why are we not looking at how the pattern has carried on from the past 10 years with the kind of statements that the Prime Minister and people from his party have been making?
At least this campaign, Nikhil. At least this campaign, Nikhil.
Nikhil. Party called another sitting member of Parliament the A word and the M word, and I can't even say those words on your channel because I know you're going to beat me and you'll be doing it right. That is the kind of level that the BJP uses, and then it tosses around and says कि प्रधानमंत्री को पनौती बोल दिया. अरे बाबा, that was the Twitter trend on that day. Number 3, it was trending, and it is a tongue-in-cheek remark. When the Prime Minister can take credit for things saying कि मेरा
no.
इसलिए देश के लिए अच्छा हो गया. Sometimes the people of the country have the right to criticize him for his bad luck as well, and let's just take it in a lighter spirit. Why do we have to make it such an ugly issue like the BJP wants to make it right now?
Nikhil. Keep it short. I have to get others also. Nikhil, listen. You see, I understood the drift that you're giving. Basically, what you're saying is that the Congress party might be a little more aggressive this time, but everyone is involved in it. But I am saying everyone is involved. But in this campaign, at least, the Congress party has shown a little more propensity to use the kind of language. It is coming from the top. So your chief minister, you compare with the chief minister. Your top leader, say number 1, number 2, you compare with your BJP's number 1, number 2. So I think in this time, the Congress party seems to be a little more on default. But Deshratan Nigam, is it just a case of the Congress party being a little more aggressive this time? Or you think that there is some feedback from the ground because of which the Congress party has been a little edgy?
Well, Abhishek, let me tell you, the main reason for Congress doing is this kind of, appeasement politics. They think that they can abuse, and a certain section of voters would love it. And not the general voters I am talking about. the certain section of the voters. Now, our Prime Minister has always stood with our sportspersons, scientists, even when the Chandrayaan 2 failed. And also, if you talk about the students before the board exams. So, Prime Minister is very clear in his priorities that he has to stand with and encourage its own countrymen and citizens, irrespective of the people, whether they belong to Congress.
But what Pankaj Sharma says that there should be a code of conduct. There is a model code of conduct, and both Mr. Kharge and Rahul Gandhi seem to be in violation of that. But then, can there be an unspoken code of conduct where at least the top leadership desists from making these kind of comments? Everyone should, but even at least the top leadership.
Give me a moment before I come to your question. Then there are certain very unfortunate incidents that have taken in the history of India. The Nehru's complicated...
Can we stop going into the past?
No, I'm saying the Panoti movements. Allow me to give those examples. It's absolutely necessary for your viewers. Why Pakistan was able to occupy the parts of Jammu and Kashmir. Why China was able to occupy Aksai Chin, 40,000 kilometers. Why disastrous emergency was imposed on the country.
So what's the connection? What's the connection with these stump speeches? So what's the connection?
Let me tell you, these were the Panoti movements for the country. The meeting with the Chinese ambassador took place when the Doklam was happening. That was a Panoti movement for the country. The Communist Party MOU with the Congress, that was the Panoti movement. And let me also point out, the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation...
No, you can't. No, Deshrattan Nigam, I just want you to be a little bipartisan today. Deshrattan Nigam, you see, I am saying don't go into the history and don't say this being that arises. Asmin sati idam bhavati. No. Pankaj Sharma, I want to focus really on merit because the Congress party has really... No, listen. The Congress party really has run a campaign based on caste as the core. Rahul Gandhi actually almost suggested that caste is the soul of India when he said Bharat Mata is what? Bharat Mata is caste survey. Pankaj Sharma, my question is, Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Bhimrao Ambedkar, who was born Bhimrao Sakpal and was given a Brahmin surname by his teacher, Krishnaji Keshav Ambedkar, or for that matter, Sayaji Rao Gaikwad, who gave the scholarship. You know, Baba Saheb Ambedkar became the messiah for the Dalits because he came from the Dalit community, became a Dalit activist, but then he became a statesman and the father of India's constitution because of the merits. So, would the Congress party ever come to think of it that India should ideally be a meritocracy and not this quagmire of caste politics that the Congress party unfortunately has tried to make India this election cycle?
I agree with you that India should be a meritocracy, but caste is a reality of our society. What can you do? What all this halla gulla about reservation? Only because of caste.
But it is not turn it into an abuse.
No. Nobody is turning it into an abuse. The Prime Minister himself mentions about his caste in every public rally, in every election rally. मैं पिछड़ा हूँ, I am backward, इसलिए मुझे दिल्ली के elite पसंद नहीं करते, मैं बाहर वाला हूँ, मैं पिछड़ा हूँ.
He was responding to the Congress politics of caste surveys.
No.
See, Congress party is trying to take India's politics in a certain direction, almost harking back to the early 1990s, late 1980s, when it became a caste cauldron. The Prime Minister is saying, oh, I am an OBC, but then it has not been a factor in my winning elections on merits. That's what the Prime Minister is saying. He's actually indicating towards the fact that India going forward, thinking of becoming a developed country already in aspirational society, should be thinking beyond the box of castes. That's what he's saying.
He began speaking about his OBC caste in 2014 in his first election. What are you saying? So he's playing the caste card since beginning. Now when it is boomeranging, then why to cry then? It's fine that the opposition is now making it a point.
No, how is it boomeranging?
Boomeranging on him because now you...
No, how is it boomeranging and why drag the caste? I'm still asking. See, it's bad to say. It's bad to say. But for a moment, let's assume that from his stump speeches, if Rahul Gandhi's caste or the the legacy that he has, the mixed legacy that he has, is that even a factor? Should it even be a matter of discussion in election campaign speeches? Of course not. So just so in the case of Rahul Gandhi, so in the case of Prime Minister, it should not be, right, Nikhil Jain?
So Abhishek, when Rahul Gandhi says that Bharat Mata ki soul ke liye caste service necessary, let me try and explain what that really means. Bharat Mata is like a mother to all citizens of India, no matter what faith, no matter what caste. But the problem with the Indian society right now is that there are certain sections of the society which enjoy a lot of control over assets, over resources, over incomes, over social capital. And there are certain sections which don't enjoy that. So if I am a mother and I have 2 children and I need to make sure that merit prevails between the 2 of them, I need to make sure that the 2 are at least on a level playing ground. I can't have them run the same race without seeing where they're starting from. And a caste survey is necessary to do that very affirmative action. So whichever party may talk about doing a caste survey and then giving the rights of the people and leveling the disadvantages.
With the Congress party evaded when it was in power, by the way. But China NC.
Abhishek, what I am against is any individual using
Nikhil, complete.
If Rahul Gandhi is tomorrow to get up and say, I'm a Brahmin, vote for me, that would be wrong. If Narendra Modi gets
Prime Minister is not doing that.
Vote for me, that is
I think no, you are misreading. Prime Minister is not doing that. Prime Minister used his caste only in the context that despite coming from a particular background, he has made it big. He has achieved, so can others. I think he is responding to a narrative which the Congress party is putting across. But China NC, the complaint that the BJP has filed with the Election Commission, it quotes the IPC, it quotes the Representation of People's Act, it quotes the Model Code of Conduct. You think this is more a matter which the political parties should be sorting out among themselves and just, speaking across the table, maybe spokespersons to spokespersons, office bearers to office bearers, and say that, okay, fine, we are on road to become a developed country, a developed society. We have to present a certain picture globally also. Can we really have politics? I mean, I don't know whether we can do it because, we have US politics where Trump calls names, Biden calls back. But is this really becoming a norm, and should we think in terms of doing something to avoid it?
So Abhishek, firstly, please understand that the BJP has only talked about development. The Prime Minister has never used his caste, never used the reference to his caste even in any divisive way. The Congress, on the other hand, has only played vote bank politics for the past 70 years, and we are all privy to it. Having said that, my point is larger. My point is that if you do not respect the office of the Prime Minister, today it could be Narendra Modi ji, tomorrow it could be somebody else, you're doing a disservice to your own country. And there you have Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who has used the worst kind of words. Panoti is a bad omen. When the Prime Minister was, ensuring that the Chandrayaan scientists were looked up to, whether they succeeded or not, whether they were victorious or not. Is that not a sentiment? When you win 10 matches, is that not victory? And you're trying to correlate victory and defeat by saying this is a bad omen? I mean, come on, get real. If you cannot fight an election on a development agenda where you have no vision plan, no points to talk about, all you're going to do is try to get the media limelight. And yes, you're right, Twitter was trending. It was trending with a lot of people criticizing the Congress party and for stooping so low, because this is clearly the lowest of low, and it's a sign of insecurity in the days to come.
All right, Shaina, unfortunately I've run out of time. Very sorry, Desh Ratan Nigam, I couldn't come to you second time, but my only comment is, before I close, that you see, irrespective of what the leaders think, these comments are not taken lightly by the electorate. They are smart, they are wise, they are aspirational, they are looking forward to a new India which maintains decorum. So I think the leaders, irrespective of which political affiliation, better watch out. On that note, thank you so much, Shaina NC, Desh Ratan Nigam, Pankaj Sharma, and of course Nikhil Jain for joining us. Short break. On the other side, trending burning question with Aishwarya.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर भी देख पा रहे हैं जहां पर लगातार हमले तेज हो रहे हैं। आईडीएफ की तरफ से वीडियो जारी कर बताया गया है कि गाजा पट्टी में कैसे एक्शन में नजर आ रही है 400वीं ब्रिगेड, उसकी तस्वीर अब सामने आई है। आईडीएफ का ऑपरेशन लगातार एडवांस स्टेज में आता हुआ नजर आ रहा है।
चुनौतियां जहां गाजा सिटी से आगे बढ़ने की थी, अब वो चुनौतियां दोबारा वहीं सरहदी इलाकों पर आ गई हैं, क्योंकि हमास काफी ज्यादा चुनौती दे रहा है। हमास अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है, ये बात जो है इजराइल भी जानता है, और यही कारण है कि बार बार उनकी पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप ये कह रही है कि ये जंग लंबे समय तक चलेगी।
कांग्रेस ने राजस्थान को महिलाओं के खिलाफ अपराध में नंबर 1 बना दिया है।
आज हमारी पार्टी, हमारी सरकार आपके सामने जो काम किया उसके दम पर वोट मांग रहे हैं।
तेलंगाना में ना कांग्रेस को फायदा होगा ना बीजेपी को फायदा होगा। ये तेलंगाना की आवाम इस बात का फैसला कर चुकी है।
केसीआर, ओवैसी की पार्टी और कांग्रेस तीनों परिवारवादी पार्टियां हैं। आपका एक वोट भारत का भविष्य तय करने वाला वोट है।
ये तोप के गोले हैं, जरा इनकी साइज देखिए, और इन्हीं तोप के गोलों से हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकियों का इलाज किया जा रहा है। ये वो टैंक है जिसकी रेंज करीब 35 किलोमीटर है। ये मतो टैंक कहा जाता है, और जिस तरफ आप बैरल का मुंह देख रहे हैं उस तरफ हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी हैं। हम इस वक्त जिस इलाके में हैं, यहाँ पर एक्टिव वॉर जोन है। यहाँ करीब 500 की तादाद में आर्टिलरी मैन तैनात किए गए हैं। ये मतो टैंक है जो हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादियों को चुन चुन कर उनका सफाया कर रहा है।
आईडीएफ कर रही थी उसके मुताबिक सुरंग मिली है और उसका वीडियो जारी किया गया है। 55 मीटर लंबी और 10 मीटर गहरी ये सुरंग मिली है अल-शिफा अस्पताल के कॉम्प्लेक्स से।
We'll now share this video that shows the same hostage entering into the hospital with the gunman, terrorist inside the hospital.
जो सस्पेक्ट किया गया था इजरायली डिफेंस फोर्सेस की तरफ से, वो यहाँ पर वाकई मिलता दिखाई दे रहा है।
इस वक्त हम एक्टिव वॉर जोन में हैं, और जिस जगह पर हम हैं यहाँ से हिजबुल्लाह को निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। ये आर्टिलरी जोन है जहाँ पर लगातार हमले हो रहे हैं। उस तरफ जिधर हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी उन दूर पहाड़ियों पर बैठे हुए हैं, और वहाँ से वो फायर करते हैं, और उसका जवाब यहाँ से जो आर्टिलरी वेपन्स हैं, जो आर्टिलरीज हैं, वो जवाब देते हैं। ऐसे ही बहुत सारे आर्टिलरी वेपन्स यहाँ पर इंस्टॉल किए गए हैं और हिजबुल्लाह पर सीधे हमले करते हैं। यहाँ पर आर्मी एक्टिवली लगातार हिजबुल्लाह पर हमले कर रही है।
इस वक्त हम आर्मिस्टिस लाइन पर मौजूद हैं और आप मेरे पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर पर लगातार तेज होती बम्बार्डमेंट की तस्वीरें सीधे देख पा रहे हैं। इस्माइल हानिये जो पूरी तरह से हेड करता है हमास को, उसके घर को देर रात जो स्ट्राइक्स हुई हैं उसमें नेस्तनाबूद कर दिया गया है। अल-शिफा अस्पताल में भी ऑपरेशन जारी है। जो जानकारी आईडीएफ की तरफ से दी गई है उसमें बताया गया कि उसके अंदर तमाम जो हथियार है, एडवांस्ड वेपन्स हैं जिनका इस्तेमाल हमास इजराइल के खिलाफ करता है, वो वेपन्स बरामद किए गए हैं। हमास की तरफ से कहा गया कि 3 दिन का अगर सीज फायर किया जाता है तो कुछ बंधकों को छोड़ा जा सकता है।
parliament of the Hamas political bureau has been captured by the Israel Defense Forces. This comes on the 30th day of the war. Recovery of the arms and ammunition from the basement of Rantisi Hospital, which is the hospital of the children in the Gaza Strip, and that was occupied by the terrorists of Hamas, the underground tunnel system, the basement being used by the terrorists of Hamas, possibly to keep the hostages, as being said by the Israel Defense Forces. This is
AIMIM chief's brother threatens on-duty cop. Owaisi brazenly defends brother's action. AIMIM leader threatens cop. Video goes viral. Debating tonight at 9 p.m. Pakistan versus Afghanistan, complete fallout. Fight over refugees cost Pakistan trade with Afghanistan. Afghanistan versus Pakistan, debating tonight at 10 p.m. Trending burning question, powered by Reva University and Century Ply Club Primes.
Well, hello and welcome viewers. I am Ashwara Kapoor and you're watching the trending burning question. But for the last 2 to 3 days, one after the other, we've been seeing from the Congress National President Mallikarjun Kharge to Rahul Gandhi making direct and personal attacks on the Prime Minister and his family, to the point that even the Prime Minister was taken to a shock when he heard that none other but a leader to the like of Mallikarjun Kharge is targeting his father. He said that in a public rally ki Kharge sahab aap to aise na the. But that's the sheer frustration which is seeping in into the opposition. That now when they are unable to find a strategy to defeat this man, they are personally attacking him. But we've seen, politically speaking, leave the morality part away. Politically as well, we've seen anytime when you attack the Prime Minister, especially the Congress party, it's inversely proportional. In fact, it harms them more than anything else. But if that was not enough, here is a man on your screen, Asauddin Owaisi. Beg your pardon, Asauddin Owaisi's brother, Akbaruddin Owaisi. Asauddin Owaisi has backed it by saying that whatever Akbaruddin has said is not wrong. But I would just want to remind not only Asauddin Owaisi, who has backed the statement of Akbaruddin, but all the other and every other political leader of the opposition who are quiet on this. When you were attacking each other, the people of this country were still watching. They were not amused. They were not liking it. But now, when in a public forum, in front of thousands of your supporters, Akbaruddin Owaisi pinpoints to a police officer and says, "Bhagaun, bhagoge, chal chal chal," and what not. Why? Because the officer was just following the process, and he told this to the leader that, "Sir, according to the Model Code of Conduct, your time is done. Please end your speech." And how does Akbaruddin Owaisi respond to it? He says, "Chal chal chal, bhagaun kya, and what not." I'll just request my director to take that bite out and we'll play that bite. And while we are taking it out, I have BJP's national spokesperson, and young leader Charu Pragya. I have Aam Aadmi Party national spokesperson, Abhinandita Mathur, and I have senior journalist Rahul Dev. Rahul Dev, before I go to the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP and then the others, what is happening? Sir, there was time when we used to say that, look, the political temperatures are rising, elections are coming. This is not equal to temperatures rising. This is getting dirty, and dirty to a level that there is no return. And the people are just, it's no more amusing. And it doesn't help them. It doesn't help the parties. It doesn't help the people. But the leaders are just not stopping, sir. Rahul Dev first and then to others.
Well, we have seen the, I would say, verbal culture of Akbaruddin Owaisi in the past also. And this time it's not no different from his normal style. He is a very aggressive, very verbally violent person who has made some shocking statements in the past. So this is, I would say this is shocking enough, but he has said more serious things in the past. I don't want to remind anyone of that. Clearly, Akbaruddin Owaisi has no respect for law. And he's on a pulpit, he wants to show his followers, or those who are listening to him in the speech, that he is really supreme, he's a very powerful person, he can afford to threaten a police officer who's just doing his duty. So it's a very unfortunate incident. But I'm not shocked because we have seen this is the kind of behavior he has come to represent. It's unfortunate. It's also unfortunate that his elder brother seeks to justify his action. He should be reminding his brother that he should follow the law and respect the law, and not only follow and respect, but to be seen to be doing so that his followers can also take the right message. It's unfortunate that this is what we are seeing is just the reverse of it.
No, Rahul Dev, I understand that he's a 3-time MLA, that he gets the support of people in that pocket. It's understandable. The bravado is also understandable, but not open targeting of a man in uniform. Where will this stop? You correctly said. Charu, I hope you can hear me now. Abhinandita,
yes,
from 15-minute police hatalo comment, the only elevation which Akbaruddin Owaisi has done, that he has come down to 5 minutes. Why is the opposition quiet? Why is the Aam Aadmi Party quiet on this? You were also quiet when the Prime Minister's father was targeted. You were also quiet when the Prime Minister was called Panoti. In fact, Panoti Modi was the tag which Rahul Gandhi used in his second consecutive rally. What's the thought process behind this silence, Abhinandita?
Aishwarya ji, there is a lot of people are going to say a lot of things. There will be a lot of mudslinging. We are not here to either defend or to endorse anybody. We are more concerned with what we are doing. Of course, the Prime Minister should be respected and he should earn the respect as well. And whatever anybody is saying is not our business. That is not the debates that we can really get into. You ask, why is the opposition quiet? I think that there I would disagree, because the opposition is quite vocal about a number of things. Within the opposition, I can only speak on behalf of the Aam Aadmi Party, that as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, time and again, we have raised objections to anybody who has used unparliamentary language, whether inside the house or outside. For example, unfortunately, the Delhi MP, Mr. Baduri said some very, very horrific, unfathomable things in the parliament. We oppose that as well. So if there is something that is directly in connection with us, with the country, with the Aam Aadmi Party, there we would speak. But what somebody says to another party, I think that is where, Charu...
No, I am saying, I am asking you, as a political leader of a party, Charu, I am coming to you, Abhinandita. Yeah. You belong to a party which claim that, listen, this is wrong, that is wrong. It is only me, it is only us, which can give you the correct option. So I'm asking you, how does such name calling of the Prime Minister or for that matter anyone help the people. The people don't want this. People,
Look,
if you want to take on the
I
BJP,
agree. Unfortunately,
if you want to take on the BJP, take on their policies. Ask them how many villages has the electricity reached. Let them give you facts. Let them give you figures.
if our conversation was
Ask
about
on price
the Aam
rise.
Aadmi Party,
But that's not happening.
well, if our conversation was about the Aam Aadmi Party, then we would. But unfortunately, the scenario is such that neither the BJP nor any other party have any, I don't think there is any sort of sabhyata or norm left in politics. And who is to blame for it? The Prime Minister himself has unfortunately used rather derogatory terms for
Can I come in?
everyone. Everybody, including women, including, the opposition, including people in his own
No, I'm
10 more
sorry,
seconds
and
to
that's a
Abhinandan.
lot
I
of
don't think that
misinformation
there is
being...
any. I think that this is something that he's as much part of as anybody else. So therefore, what Owaisi is saying, that is between him and the BJP. We have nothing to do with it.
Okay,
Having
taking
said that,
the counter from Charu. Charu Pragya of the BJP.
Aishwarya, good evening. Let's begin by telling the junior Mr. Owaisi what is the meaning of using threats like that in this country. It's called criminal intimidation. It is chargeable under the IPC section 506. You can be imprisoned for up to 2 years. So the way you think you can take a mic in your hand and go around threatening people with death rather, I am sorry, this is criminal. It should not be taken lying down. And if Aam Aadmi Party thinks that not commenting on criminal comments also makes them holier than thou, I'm sorry. You are standing there watching.
No, I am asking everyone.
Things are happening right under your nose. Now, moving on from there, see, it's become, the opposition's method of dealing with the popularity of Prime Minister Modi. Their method is to just abuse him, bring him down. Kya nahi bola? Modi teri khabar khudegi, nare khabar khudegi. And there was nobody who pulled back from that and said this was wrong and this should not be said about a country's Prime Minister, your own country's Prime Minister. But Aishwarya, Modi ji has said this. He said that जितना आप कीचड़ उछालोगे उतने कमल खिलेंगे और कीचड़ उछालने में कोई कमी नहीं छोड़ी है भारतीय विपक्ष ने. So what's the end result now at the end of 2014 elections? I assure you it is going to be a thumping victory with way more than even 303 seats to Modi ji's party.
No, but I am asking everyone.
Shine more.
But
and I am saying when our reporters went down to the people, Abhinandita, Rahul ji and Charu,
my friend Charu
to the people across India. No, Abhinandita, I'll come to you. Rahul ji, across the country, from Gujarat to Uttar Pradesh, from Maharashtra to Bihar, from Haryana to Karnataka. Please, Abhinandita, give me 2 minutes, I'll come back to you. The people don't want this. What people want is to have a discussion on the policies.
Yes.
On what you stand for and what you will deliver. Not only what you will promise, Abhinandita. In your cases, you promise free electricity and free water, you give free liquor.
I think.
And as far as the other political parties are concerned,
that is a very...
I know you will not like it. Abhinandita, I know you will not like it, but people want to have discussion on issues that matter and how the issues which impact their life. Not a comment coming in from the Congress National President Rahul ji onto the Prime Minister's father. And if a comment has been made from the other side, from the government also, onto the opposition parties, that is also not required. It goes both ways. Rahul Dev.
Aishwarya, you and I have been on this issue of public statements by senior leaders against each other, I think, on 2 consecutive days, yesterday and maybe day before yesterday also, but at least twice we have discussed this issue. And you will remember I categorically condemned and criticized the Congress President's statement against the Prime Minister, naming his father, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi's statement calling him Panoti. But to be fair, I would expect you and all other parties, including the ruling party, the BJP and everyone others, to equally show equal alarm and horror at मूर्खों का सरदार, is this a very dignified statement coming from the highest in the land?
Point taken.
To call upon, hold on, to call upon people, to voters, to vote as if to hang them. उनको फांसी पर चढ़ा रहे हो. You are inciting people and you are connecting voting with taking of lives, of फांसी, of hanging. Is this a dignified statement? Is he maintaining the dignity of his office? Is he setting a good example of dignified parliamentary speech? So we have to look at everyone. We not just take out Congress or the opposition parties. Everyone is indulging in the same game. So why
absolutely, but Charu,
discussion?
Then the opposition says that the same comes from your quarters as well.
So, pehle to let me just go back one step, Aishwarya. I don't expect any better from a political party in terms of respect for our Prime Minister. This is a political party which cannot even respect Bharat Mata. So when you have no respect for your motherland, for India, how will you respect Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji? I do not expect anything better from you. And I think Modi ji will also say the same thing. Please respect your motherland, and then everything else will follow after that. And as for your comments, sir, let me tell you, Murkh is a very widely used word in Hindi. But please do not compare a word like Murkh to teri kabar khudegi. I mean, how can you even draw this comparison? Sir, here somebody is calling out for blood, saying police ko थोड़ी देर के लिए हटा दो, जान बचानी मुश्किल हो जाएगी. These are criminal threats, I assure you, and you cannot hide behind a Hindi word like Murkh and pretend it's all equal. Do not do that. But the entire 2019 campaign of the opposition was based on Chaukidar Chore hai. The entire campaign was based on that. In the end, Rahul Gandhi had to apologize. There was contempt of court. He had to say sorry for spreading misinformation. So these are only the ramblings of a disturbed mind, because they know where they are headed. They are headed into political oblivion.
Okay, Abhinandita, I'll come to you, but Rahul Dev, you need to understand why the Prime Minister plays it safe. There is a fine line there.
Yes.
What Rahul Gandhi did was PM stands for Panauti Modi. The Prime Minister said Murkho ka Sardar without naming anyone. You see, technically, you can't pin him there.
Wow.
He's not naming them. What? In a sheer desperation to attack back with vigor, Rahul ji, the new inductees in the Congress party who have been able to convince the Gandhis that you have to hit back are forgetting that fine line.
Sir, Murkh is silly.
They would have also said Panauti, but not named. You see, in the first rally, he did not named Modi. In the second rally, he said PM stands for Panauti Modi. You tell me this. No,
Can I
Charu,
answer?
I'll come to you. But Rahul Dev, you understand what I'm saying, sir?
It's silly.
Abhinandita, coming to you after this.
I mean, give me some credit for understanding what you are saying, Aishwarya. So yes, I understand. Don't have to ask me. I have condemned, and I am only repeating myself, Rahul Gandhi's statement as well as Mallikarjun Kharge's statements. So there is no defense of that. But to say, we are not in a court of law where these niceties and nuances are going to make a material difference. Who doesn't understand? Right. Even the child understands who the Prime Minister meant when he said Murkhon ka Sardar. You don't have to be a genius to understand.
What is the meaning of Murkh?
He's just clever. Hold on, please. Please don't interrupt.
I beg to differ. What is the meaning of Murkh? Can you translate it?
Hold on. Charu, give him. Charu, please mind his seniority. Give him 10 seconds to complete. Thank you, Charu. Yeah, Rahul.
Please don't interrupt.
I'll come to you, Charu.
Can you
Thank you, Charu.
interrupt,
I'll come back
please?
to you, man.
Because I didn't interrupt.
Yeah, please carry on.
Do I have your permission
you
to speak?
Please, sir.
I'm asking my friend from BJP, what did he mean? What did the Prime Minister mean when he said unko ऐसे वोट डालो जैसे उनको फांसी दे रहे हो? Please, can she explain what did he mean by this? To whom was it targeted? What kind of a language is this? What kind of a message is this?
Charu, irrespective of the light going and coming back, I hope you were able to hear Rahul Dev's question. Abhinandita, coming to you right after.
I am back. Sir, I also said the same thing in slightly different language. Political oblivion. They are going to get themselves voted into political oblivion. Learn to draw a distinction and a line there. Also, let's remember, I asked you very clearly, what's the translation of the word murk into English? It is silly. Now, when you call someone a gandhi nali ka keeda or Ravan or tell him teri kabar khudegi ya 5 minute ka time de do, jaan nahi bacha paoge, this is not akin to calling someone silly, and I cannot believe someone as senior as you is sitting here and defending this.
Maybe I don't have the understanding that you possess. Maybe, but
Rahul, I'll
please,
come back to you. Rahul,
remember,
I'll come back to you, sir. Abhinandita, why do I ask you this question? Because the latest, I know, sir, but keeping in mind the limited time I have in this debate, I'm coming to Abhinandita and then coming to you for ending comments. Abhinandita, keeping in mind the new BFF, the best friend forever tag which the Aam Aadmi Party has given to Congress, Abhinandita, I ask, don't you feel, forget about the morality, even politically speaking, it will adversely and inversely impact not only the Congress but the whole India alliance of which you are a part, Abhinandita? The more you attack the Prime Minister personally, his family, his late father, more you get targeted.
There is a kahawat, Jaisa Raja Vaisi Praja. Sometimes the honor of an office has to be set right at the top. When the Prime Minister speaks loosely of anybody, especially at its stature, of a person who is in the opposition, of anybody, how many examples have we seen? Did you hear what Mr. Baduri said in the parliament? Now, when the ruling party and when the Prime Minister himself is using language like this, you don't expect anything better from anyone. To begin with, you have to curb your own ways. You have to set an example. Right. The political discourse of this country has become really, cheap and lowly, and everybody is responsible, but more so the ruling party. Look, you have to have the dignity, the grace.
Now, that's your problem. When you say mostly the ruling party, I say, Rahul Dev, the people of this country are watching. I'm sorry, that's the time I have. But the point which Rahul Dev made is very pertinent and important for both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party and the whole India alliance, as well as the BJP, that understand what the people want from you. That's the time I have on this debate. Thank you very much. Don't go anywhere. Right after the break, the man himself, Arnab Goswami, on the debate tonight. Thank you, sir.
रिपब्लिक आपको जंग के मैदान से वो तस्वीरें दिखाने और बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है जो अब से पहले आपने कभी नहीं देखी थी। ये पूरा इलाका छावनी में तब्दील हो चुका है। आर्मी की करीब 25,000 जो रिजर्व फोर्सेस हैं वो यहाँ पर हैं। गोलन हाइट्स का जो बॉर्डर है वो बमुश्किल 8 किलोमीटर है और इसीलिए ये एक्टिव वॉर फील्ड है। यहाँ पर बड़े हमले करने की तैयारी की जा रही है।
We are reporting from the armistice line of agreement and the intense small arms firing that is taking place as the day has begun. There was a briefing for the Israel media by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in which he has made it amply clear that there is going to be no permanent ceasefire, but yes, there is a possibility of temporary ceasefire in exchange of the hostages. As we speak, there are loud bangs that are taking place inside the Gaza city, very close to the Jabalia refugee camp and also Al-Fakura, the UN school where the operations were carried out.
कांग्रेस ने राजस्थान को महिलाओं के खिलाफ अपराध में नंबर 1 बना दिया।
आज हमारी पार्टी, हमारी सरकार आपके सामने जो काम किया उसके दम पर वोट मांग रहे हैं।
तेलंगाना में ना कांग्रेस को फायदा होगा ना बीजेपी को फायदा होगा। ये तेलंगाना की आवाम इस बात का फैसला कर चुकी है।
केसीआर, ओवैसी की पार्टी और कांग्रेस तीनों परिवारवादी पार्टियां हैं। आपका एक वोट भारत का भविष्य तय करने वाला वोट है।
पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर भी देख पा रहे हैं जहां पर लगातार हमले तेज हो रहे हैं। आईडीएफ की तरफ से वीडियो जारी कर बताया गया है कि गाजा पट्टी में कैसे एक्शन में नजर आ रही है 400वीं ब्रिगेड, उसकी तस्वीर अब सामने आई है। तो आईडीएफ का ऑपरेशन लगातार एडवांस स्टेज में आता हुआ नजर आ रहा है।
चुनौतियां जहां गाजा सिटी से आगे बढ़ने की थी, अब वो चुनौतियां दोबारा वहीं सरहदी इलाकों पर आ गई हैं, क्योंकि हमास काफी ज्यादा चुनौती दे रहा है। हमास अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है, ये बात जो है इजराइल भी जानता है और यही कारण है कि बार बार उनकी पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप ये कह रही है कि ये जंग लंबे समय तक चलेगी।
रिपब्लिक आपको जंग के मैदान से वो तस्वीरें दिखाने और बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है जो अब से पहले आपने कभी नहीं देखी थी। ये पूरा इलाका छावनी में तब्दील हो चुका है। आर्मी की करीब 25,000 जो रिजर्व फोर्सेस हैं वो यहाँ पर हैं। गोलन हाइट्स का जो बॉर्डर है वो बमुश्किल 8 किलोमीटर है और इसीलिए ये एक्टिव वॉर फील्ड है। यहाँ पर बड़े हमले करने की तैयारी की जा रही है।
आईडीएफ कर रही थी उसके मुताबिक सुरंग मिली है और उसका वीडियो जारी किया गया है। 55 मीटर लंबी और 10 मीटर गहरी ये सुरंग मिली है अल-शिफा अस्पताल के कॉम्प्लेक्स से।
We'll now share this video that shows the same hostage entering into the hospital with a gunman, terrorist inside the hospital.
जो सस्पेक्ट किया गया था इजरायली डिफेंस फोर्सेस की तरफ से वो यहाँ पर वाकई मिलता दिखाई दे रहा है।
इस वक्त हम एक्टिव वॉर जोन में हैं और जिस जगह पर हम हैं यहाँ से हिजबुल्लाह को निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। ये आर्टिलरी जोन है जहाँ पर लगातार हमले हो रहे हैं। उस तरफ जिधर हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी उन दूर पहाड़ियों पर बैठे हुए हैं और वहाँ से वो फायर करते हैं और उसका जवाब यहाँ से जो आर्टिलरी वेपन्स हैं, जो आर्टिलरीज हैं, वो जवाब देते हैं। ऐसे ही बहुत सारे आर्टिलरी वेपन्स यहाँ पर इंस्टॉल किए गए हैं और हिजबुल्लाह पर सीधे हमले करते हैं। यहाँ पर आर्मी एक्टिवली लगातार हिजबुल्लाह पर हमले कर रही है।
AIMIM chief's brother threatens on-duty cop. Owaisi brazenly defends brother's action. AIMIM leader threatens cop. Video goes viral. Debating tonight at 9 p.m. Pakistan versus Afghanistan complete fallout. Fight over refugees cost Pakistan trade with Afghanistan. Afghanistan versus Pakistan debating tonight at 10 p.m.
कांग्रेस ने राजस्थान को महिलाओं के खिलाफ अपराध में नंबर 1 बना दिया।
आज हमारी पार्टी, हमारी सरकार आपके सामने जो काम किया उसके दम पर वोट मांग रहे हैं।
तेलंगाना में ना कांग्रेस को फायदा होगा ना बीजेपी को फायदा होगा। ये तेलंगाना की आवाम इस बात का फैसला कर चुकी है।
केसीआर, ओवैसी की पार्टी और कांग्रेस तीनों परिवारवादी पार्टियां हैं। वोट भारत का भविष्य तय करने वाला वोट है।
Israel is all prepared for the big war, the Hamas terrorists.
The rockets being fired, of course, at Kibbutz Be'eri only.
बहुत सारे ऐसे इलाके हैं जहां अभी भी हमास के आतंकी फायर कर रहे हैं।
Get down again, it's a missile.
कम से कम दर्जन भर रॉकेट्स की आवाज आई है जो हिजबुल्लाह ने दागे हैं।
We have been hearing continuously an explosion.
तकरीबन 50 से 70 BMP जो हैं वो फॉरवर्ड एरियाज पर हैं।
The people here were staying, but there was a rocket that was fired.
एशकुलॉन की तरफ भी टैंक्स जा रहे हैं।
हमारी सबसे बड़ी टीम ग्राउंड जीरो पर है।
From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Arnab Goswami on The Debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. Century Ply. Club Prime. PolicyBazaar.com. Co-powered by Sera.
Good evening and welcome. Akbaruddin Owaisi, the younger brother of Asaduddin Owaisi of the All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin, is at it again. A tape of Akbaruddin Owaisi has surfaced. He's very clearly seen trying to attack and intimidate a police officer who was doing his job, reminding him about the model code of conduct kicking in. Now, Asaduddin Owaisi has backed his brother Akbaruddin Owaisi. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not so much about whether there were 5 minutes to go or 6 minutes to go or 15 minutes to go for the model code of conduct to kick in. The point about this clip is a larger problem that I have. Remember, Akbaruddin Owaisi is the same man who said, remove the police for 15 minutes and see what we will do. Akbaruddin Owaisi is the same person from the same party whose other leader Waris Pathan says 15%, 80% pe bhari. For a politician with all this negative braggadocio, arrogance and pompousness as I see it at his disposal to treat a law and order officer with intimidation and a tone of gundaism, a threat, is just purely out of line. But if you notice the words being used, the way he intimidates them. It's even more concerning and revealing what the mindset of people like Akbaruddin Owaisi is, what his intent is. He says, समझे हम कमजोर हो गए हैं. Who is hum? Who is hum? Who is hum? Is the reference hum to himself, to his party, or a community? He says